Great. Great, Louis. It's good to see you. Would you want to go ahead and start by introducing yourself and telling us where you're from and what you're going to share with us today?
Hello, my name is Luis. I'm here with my brother and partner, Carlo. And we are representing OsmotroniK and Greenwell School. And we're going to be talking a bit about automated vehicles and their change that will bring on the world. So one prime example of automated vehicles can be Tesla, or even some companies like Google have started to try and develop their own automated system. There are four main sensors that go into cars, and my brother will be talking a bit about them.
The sensors most self-driving cars have are 5, and they are camera, radar, ultrasonic, GPS, and LiDAR. The LiDAR sensor is to range and detect objects about an estimated distance between the car and the objects. These sensors are important to the development of automated driving. The ultrasonic sensors in a car, there are 12 ultrasonic sensors around the car, are used to identify objects closer to the vehicle and support autonomous car to drive in low speed. Radar. They use the radar as a way to scan their surroundings to drive safely. They need an accurate radar to avoid obstacles like people, cyclists, buildings, other cars, etc. The camera enables vehicles to recognize their surroundings more quickly and reliable than before. The camera is helping solve problems with surrounding sensors. The GPS. The GPS, Global Positioning System, is fundamental for the safety and driving of automated cars. It has to be up to 30 centimeters accurate in order to optimize safety.
Now, I'm going to talk about a taxi service that might be provable and possible in the future. I think there's actually one in the United States right now. It's basically a taxi service where if you are not using your electric automated vehicle, you can set it as a taxi so that any person who is in the area can use your car and just go where they desire to go. There is one service which is bought by a company which has multiple automated vehicles operating, and you can call one and they will take you anywhere in the city. The LiDAR sensor. He just said that it's actually accurately measurement. It uses lasers to detect the different distance between cars. So, for example, there's a car going through a 3-lane highway because they need to get to the other side and they need to pass. So, for example, if a car runs the red light and is going to hit the car, the Tesla will prioritize the safety of the customer over itself. So it will position itself in such a way that it only hits the front end of the car, so it doesn't get much dangerous for the car and it can't really die in that scenario.
The cars have a sensor in the middle of the car that helps providing accidents. How? An example is when you drive. You are driving and the sensor is detecting your eyes to see if you are seeing the road or if you are distracted, like in your phone or looking somewhere else. The sensor helps you to, if you are not looking the road, it will go and park itself, and it's not going to move more until you look up to the road.
Teslas, which is our prime example here, can also help with legal problems. Let's say, for example, you have, let's just say you're involved in a 3-person car crash, and the person that started the crash wants to lie and say that you hit the car in front of you. So your camera, which you now have, can detect the exact distance that was between you and the other car, and also where the rest of the cars were, and if you slow down or not. They did not, if the person did not definitely slow down, then the person who drove the car is definitely at fault. Another example is, for example, valet parking. If you're trying to valet park and then your car hits another car because the valet driver does an error, the Tesla automatically receives every single piece of data: the weight of the person driving, the full brake pressure, the accelerator pressure, etc. Advantages. Some advantages are, like I said, the law system. Others can be safer roads, since when you drive, it won't be subject to human error, and it's much safer with pure automated vehicles. You can only, although it is really safe, it's really expensive. So you can't really buy one in a certain area because of the price. And some countries even have a restriction saying that you can't buy an automated vehicles because of legal problems. Because of infrastructure. And
another example is that an advantage is that when the cars don't make human errors, so it's more safer to the passenger and for the other people.
Some disadvantages might even be that cars right now are making errors, although they want in the future to be able to scan the entire road every couple of days to see if anything's changed, and be able to dodge everything that's changed. For example, if there's a repair state one day from another, and there's now cones blocking the exit from an intersection, the Tesla won't be able to detect that for now, but later models will be able to detect that there's an exit and they're going to take it. Do you have any questions?
I do. I have a lot of them because I think this is one of the hottest topics, right, in automotive industry, and together with the electric cars, I mean, I think it's like dragging the attention of many people. So you spoke about how these autonomous cars work, and their advantages, and that was a very complete report. But tell me something. Who is in charge of putting all of the rules into the car systems, and what do you think about how these systems could work in different countries and in different types of infrastructure? You know, like for instance, I suppose they are being developed in the United States, but would they work in the same way in a country like Mexico? What about a country where they drive on the other side? So what are your thoughts around this?
So basically, the person who puts all the laws in is buried. So there's might be a programmer that programs the AI in order to detect everything. But when you change countries, the laws might change, as you said. So the Tesla will have to detect its own variation of different rules of transit. So for example, you're in the US and you drive on the left side, I believe, but then you're in the UK and it drives on the right side. So it will adjust itself. So when you drive in the right side, all of the laws are mirrored and just the exact same, but in another country.
Yes, absolutely. I think it can be adapted, right?
Yes.
Now, I read a note that some days ago a Tesla suddenly stopped out of nowhere and caused an accident. Do you read that?
I haven't read that, but it's probably because maybe an autopilot might malfunction, or the battery was running low, so it might have crashed as a result of an accident.
Yeah, that I think that's another important issue, like about batteries. Do you know how these cars behave when they have a malfunction on a battery? Do they have like any systems for safety or for to alert the driver and say like, hey, my battery is running low, so do something?
Because of the display that most automated cars have, it will normally display a battery symbol with low battery on it. So you will know what level of charge the car is at. Also, if you are in a road trip, for example, the car will just see how many stops before the ending. So it will tell you, okay, you will have this percentage when you reach this stop, you will charge your 100%, and then you will have this percentage when you reach that stop. And that's just a bunch of lines that it will tell you everything.
Yes, information is a big topic, right?
Yeah.
So can you imagine the amount of data that it's needed to operate these cars?
Yes.
A lot of data is being moved, right?
It needs a lot of information. It needs to know all of the road laws, all of the distances between them, what percentage the battery normally runs at, and then calculate what percentage you're on. And it's a lot of.
So our automated cars, like that you have talked about, like they're supposed to go in the roads, but what do you think, like all of these technologies in what other fields could be applied, like automated, vehicles or automated machines?
So vehicles, it could be even drones. Let's just say you're in the film industry and you want the drone to fly in a very specific way. You can trace it and then have the drone fly in that way. Also, we could have at some point maybe helicopters that fly into a place to, for example, if there's a large fire in that place, you can have the helicopter just go to the large fire and pick up the passenger or the victim of the fire.
Yeah, that's a great idea. What about an ambulance, a helicopter ambulance?
Yeah, it could be really cool and good for the economy.
Yeah. But then we will have like the skies all full of automated flying things like mosquitoes, right?
I mean, maybe, but still, it will be incredibly safe because it detects everything. So it detects another helicopter, what its flight path is, where you have to go to miss that helicopter and not hit it. So even if there were a million helicopters, they would miss each other every single time. So
Yeah, and somebody will have to put rules into that, right?
yeah, obviously you can't really just have them go at it.
Nice. What grades are you at in the school?
I'm in junior high. He is in elementary.
Right. So I suppose you are going to continue to work in this industry, right? Artificial intelligence and its applications. Be like engineers, right?
Yeah, I would like to be an engineer.
Great,
Yeah.
great, great.
You guys did a great job. You do a nice job presenting together.
Thank you.
Very interesting, very knowledgeable, and keep pursuing your interest.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations. And I would not doubt that maybe we will hear about a company called like Escobar Automated Vehicles real soon. When you do that, like I will apply for a job with you guys. All right, it's really interesting.
That is a nice message for the future.
Nice job. Thank you for being on here and sharing with us today.